Hi, Mary Ellen Popkin back, and we are email number 4 in our 7 series here, and that is 7 secrets to creating your destiny. And number 4 in the word secret is the letter R, and that stands for reevaluate. At this point now, you've realized that life is a series of moments in time. You are actually enjoying the moments that you're in your current situation. You've learned to create a new environment and so that you can manifest that. And now we're going to do a phase that I call reevaluating. And this means making little adjustments, okay, or sometimes major adjustments. It's a level of self-awareness. For example, if one of the things that you see in your destiny is a thin, healthy body, and you're saying to yourself, oh, if I eat that, it's going to go right to my hips. That's something that you need to change. It's an adjustment. I can tell you one of the adjustments that I had to make. When we first moved into our home, and I spoke about that on the previous email, anyway, I have to laugh because it really was pretty comical. I thought I was being funny at the time, and then I realized that it was an adjustment because a sense of humor has got me through a lot of things, and I am a big advocate of having a sense of humor. But that being said, I actually really manifested this. Okay, we were in New York City. We have a home. I have 2 children, small children, dog, and a cat. And sometimes the house would get very noisy and it would erupt. And I used to always joke because when my husband would come through the door, it was just like my daughter was at just 3, and it was like Daddy's home, and her brother is 2.5 years younger, and and even the dog and all the energy, And I used to say, oh my gosh, this time of day I feel like our address should be the Bronx Zoo. Okay, I feel like I live at the Bronx Zoo. Well, what happened to us one time? We went away for a little mini vacation. We came back. Actually, first somebody left 2 cats in our yard. And of course, my daughter happened to be outside at the time, and she already had named them, Brownie and Marshmallow, so we took them in. Well, we went on a little mini vacation, and they were sort of hiding around the house. We hadn't had a chance to take them to the vet. It really wouldn't have mattered at this point anyway. Lo and behold, Brownie was male, Marshmallow was female, and Marshmallow, cranked out 2 little kittens. So now, I already had 1 cat to begin with, and now we ended up with 5. And I thought, this place really is getting to be a zoo. I better stop saying, that my place is like the Bronx Zoo, because I did not really want to bring more animals into my life. When I was saying that, I was using humor, but it was an adjustment, a reevaluation that I wanted to adjust. Another thing is, 2 small kids and pets, I love things clean, neat, and orderly and in their place. Well, clean, neat, and orderly and in its place is not something that happens on a daily basis around here. And, I also want to enjoy my children. I want them to have the room to play and grow, and, and we call our living room the playroom. And I'm okay with that. I mean, it's not like I'm a total neat freak and that freaks me out or whatever. That's not part of my destiny, part of my being, who I am. However, I envision, and I will sit there at night, or after things, I clean things up, and I'll say, I'll envision that my house will be able to remain that way, because prior to getting married and having children, I had a career before that, and I lived by myself, and it was very, very easy to keep everything clean, neat, and orderly. Now, there's a different thing in my life, but I like my life as it is. I like my children to have the freedom to create certain messes. So if I like that, and I don't want to get upset and angry and be yelling about that all the time, or be running around constantly all day long cleaning up everything, so what do you do in that kind of situation? What is the adjustment? I sit there, and as we do the cleaning, and I'll say to the kids, come on, let's put the toys in the toy chest, because we like a nice, clean, neat, and orderly house. Now, believe me, sometimes at the end of picking up the toys and everything. There still is some vacuuming or this or that or whatever to be done. It's not totally, as I envision it in my future. But I know that it's improving, and I know that that's what I am going to have. I am going to have this, impeccable, clean, neat, orderly home. And this is what I say. Same thing with, teaching my children, manners or things of that nature. When it comes to like dinner time, like the little one, he likes to stand up. He always has, he'll stand up on a chair. He was out of a high chair. Oh my gosh, at such a young age. Couldn't keep him in a high chair. And I say, instead of, yelling and screaming and, sit down and this and that, it's, gentlemen, sit when they eat. Little ladies, sit when they eat. See, we made an adjustment. And, so there's just things like that where, in your life, and these are just really little things. This isn't like major, I'm going to be a multi-millionaire type thing. I'm going to drop 100 pounds. Little tiny things that you say sometimes on a consistent daily basis, or the way you're looking at something, that you can actually make adjustments and changes to. And it all goes back, and if you've been following this series, you can see how it ties back into the first thing of life is a succession of moments, enjoying the environment you're in now, creating and manifesting and creating that new environment that you want. And now here's like where you're going to start making some adjustments in the way you look at and think and see the environment that you are now to actually create, because that's what this is all about. This is all about creation, about the 7 secrets to creating your destiny. So how you're going to actually make the adjustments to create the destiny that you desire. So this is Mary Ellen. I'm going to sign off on this video, and I look forward to you listening to my next video in the series. And you might be even hearing my little one in the background, which I just love. That was a goal of mine, was to be a stay-at-home mom, and we accomplished that goal. Okay, so I will see you on the next email and video. Ugh.